Tonight at 5, abortion remains one of the key issues driving voters to the polls this election season. Gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels is clearing up his stance before the midterms.
Plus, how a new tool from the DNR will help communities keep track of PFAS chemicals throughout the state.
And the White House launching a new program that'll relieve student debt for millions. Who qualifies and how to apply. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Abortion rights remains one of the driving factors for Democratic voters this fall.
A new CBS poll found 54% of voters say abortion is very important to them. That's down a little bit from last month. It means advocates and political dollars are pushing the message hard. Now that we're 3 weeks from today from the election, Planned Parenthood says it's investing a record $50 million, spending from Arizona to New Hampshire. The Political Action Subcommittee Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America says it's focused on a similar map with a nearly $80 million budget.
Gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels is also discussing his stance on abortion today in one of his first appearances since last Friday night's debate.
He committed to listening to the legislature on abortion, but one of his statements needed clarification from his staff. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more. Will?
So if you remember back to Friday, abortion was one of the more contentious issues that the candidates discussed, going back and forth over who is more radical on the issue. Now, at a Rotary event today, Michels took the opportunity to answer questions about where he stands on abortion and what it would mean if he has a Republican legislature to work with. He said that he would back exceptions for rape or incest if the legislature sends him such a bill.
I'm not an authoritarian governor. I'm a governor who is common sense, who listens to the people. And the legislature is the representation, the representatives of the people. So if that's what the legislature puts on my desk, I will sign that. I will never arrest a doctor, as they're saying.
So under current law, however, doctors could face a penalty if they perform an abortion if the mother's life is not at risk. The statement seemed to contradict statements that Michels has made in the past. He said that he supports what's written in the state law. So he reached out to his spokesperson for clarification. She says that the campaign believes that district attorneys, not executives like the governor, should enforce the laws. She says that, quote, he's not a DA or beat cop arresting anyone. You also heard more from Michels on what his plans would be to overhaul the State Department of Natural Resources. And we'll have more at 6 on what a Michels administration might look like.
We will see you at 6, Will. Thank you. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, it's still chilly out here and the winds are still blowing, but at least we have the sunshine today. So it made it a little bit warmer, and it doesn't help all that much. Every little bit helps. You can see most of Wisconsin had sunshine except for the far eastern portion of the state. That was close to an area of low pressure aloft that continues to bring clouds over much of Michigan, but most of those clouds have stayed to the east of our viewing area, and there have been some rain and snow showers downwind, especially from Lake Superior and Lake Michigan, but also even inland into parts of Michigan. Well, Wisconsin right now pretty much precipitation free. Current temperatures are in the middle 40s across most of southern Wisconsin. Lone Rock actually at 50 degrees. It's 46 in Janesville, 46 in Madison and across Dane County, 45 in Perry, 46 in McFarland, and 46 degrees also in Edgerton. As we check out your forecast for this evening, planning your evening, look for skies to become mostly clear. Temperatures will drop off into the middle 30s. Winds will die down a little bit overnight. We'll have one more chilly day tomorrow, but a big warm-up's on the way for the weekend. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A 17-year-old girl is recovering at American Family Children's Hospital after a 17-year-old boy from Fall River allegedly tried to kill her.
Now, this happened at the Goodwill parking lot in Beaver Dam Saturday night. Charlotte DeLeste joins us now with the disturbing details. Charlotte?
Eric and Susan, after initially lying to police about what happened last Saturday night, Dylan Lenz is now charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Lenz told police he met the 17-year-old girl through an app, picked her up at her apartment and took her to Walmart in Beaver Dam where they went shopping. They then drove to the nearby Goodwill parking lot. Now, according to the complaint, that's when he began choking her and stabbing her with a box cutter multiple times in her right shoulder. When police asked why he stabbed her, he reportedly said I was having these really bad thoughts. Lenz then let her out of the car and hit her with his car. He reversed and hit her again before leaving the scene. When asked why he ran over her, he replied, quote, "I was trying to kill her," end quote. The victim has critical life-threatening injuries and is being treated at American Family Children's Hospital. Lenz's cash bond is set at $150,000. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 17th.
Charlotte, thank you. New at 5, a Dane County man is facing charges of child enticement, sexually assaulting, and trafficking girls under the age of 16. 36-year-old Zacharias Singletary appeared in court this afternoon, where cash bond was set at $10,000. In court documents, 3 teenage girls told police they had multiple sexual encounters with Singletary at his work, a convenience store on State Street. One victim told police he paid them or offered to buy things for them in exchange for sex. Another described a sexual assault. A second man is also charged with sexual assault of a child as part of this investigation. Singletary will be back in court next week. Madison police are investigating a shots fired incident that happened early this morning. Officers responded to the 1000 block of Hathaway Drive around 2:45. They found a handgun and multiple shell casings. No injuries or property damage were reported. Anyone with information should call Madison police at 608-255-2345.
A 19-year-old man charged in 2 separate sexual assault cases near the UW campus pleaded not guilty today. Safwan Takar faces 4 felony charges from an incident earlier this month. Police say Takar broke in through the window of an apartment and sexually assaulted a woman. Another woman was allegedly assaulted in June after Takar offered to drive her home from a bar. In court today, a judge ordered both cases to be bound over for trial. Jail records showed Takar remains in custody at the Dane County Jail.
A Waukesha County judge ruled today the jury in the Darrell Brooks trial would be able to see the red SUV used in the Waukesha parade attack. District Attorney Sue Opper said that because Brooks has been charged with a dangerous weapon, she would like the jury to see the weapon, the red SUV. Brooks was tossed from court again today after accusing the judge of judicial misconduct, tipping the tables against him.
I'm not finna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
No, there ain't no please.
You are
nothing.
being disruptive.
Ain't
You
no
are
please,
being disrespectful.
You always
The
gonna
witness
find
may
some
step
reason to
down.
say somebody's being disruptive because they want the truth to be out there. Man, quit it. You're supposed to be the
Mr.
judge.
Brooks,
The court also heard audio from an interrogation tape after Brooks was arrested. In that audio, Brooks was heard laughing at times and asking officers what was going on. You can follow along and watch a live stream of the trial at channel3000.com and on our Facebook and YouTube pages.
The Wisconsin DNR is rolling out a new tool to track the impact of PFAS throughout the state. The PFAS Interactive Data Viewer consolidates multiple data points into one place. It'll help residents see how PFAS is affecting their community more clearly. The tool also shows data including the location of cleanup sites and whether there are specific PFAS-based consumption advisories for your area. The move comes a day after the DNR announced a program to collect and dispose firefighting foam, which contains the chemical.
Thousands of Ukrainians are now without running water and electricity as Russia targets critical infrastructure across the country. The apparent shift in strategy comes after Moscow fired a barrage of missiles at civilian areas last week. Chris Wynn has the story.
As winter nears, people across Ukraine are bracing for more catastrophe and uncertainty. The country's energy infrastructure came under renewed Russian attacks Tuesday, including a wave of strikes on critical facilities in the capital city of Kyiv. Ukraine's president says 30% of the country's power stations have been destroyed in just over a week, prompting residents to restrict their use of electricity and water.
Putin want to kill us, and all Ukrainians, we want to live. Putin want to wipe us from the world map, and we want to have our own state.
The death toll in Kyiv continues to rise following Russian attacks in recent days with Iranian-made kamikaze drones.
Mr. Putin's army is hollow right now. They didn't come into this hollow, but they're hollowed now both from equipment and increasingly from a personnel standpoint.
The Russian army not only dealing with increasing problems on the battlefield, but also at home. At least 14 people died Monday after a Russian fighter jet crashed into an apartment building in the southern town of WISC during a training exercise.
This war can end today. This is a war that can end right now today if Vladimir Putin wants it to. This is his war. He started this war.
Meanwhile, in a first, human rights officials from both Ukraine and Russia met Monday during a prisoner of war exchange between the two sides. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
There was some promising news. Russia and Ukraine completed a prisoner swap. 108 Ukrainian women, mostly soldiers, are now free. A legal team for American basketball player Brittany Griner will appeal her 9-year prison sentence in a Moscow court next week. Griner's attorney said recently she wasn't coping well. Her friends and family are launching a messaging campaign to keep her plight in the spotlight. Today is Brittany Griner's 32nd birthday.
The Nevada public official accused of killing a Las Vegas newspaper reporter will stay behind bars. Robert Tellis appeared to be praying in court during his bail hearing today. Tellis was denied bail and is facing a murder charge for allegedly killing Jeff German. Authorities say he stabbed the newspaper reporter to death over the journalist's unfavorable reporting of his time in office. Tellis lost his bid for re-election in June. A court-appointed special master reviewing documents seized at Mar-a-Lago is expressing frustration. Judge Raymond Deary is blasting both the Justice Department and Donald Trump's defense team during a conference earlier today. He pointed to a letter addressed to the Justice Department that is among those seized documents. Trump's team hasn't confirmed if the unsigned letter was actually sent. The Justice Department hasn't said it was ever received. Deary said knowing if the letter was sent is crucial to determining if it should be kept confidential. He also pointed to documents that Trump wants to call personal. Trump is also claiming they are covered by executive privilege, which could make them government documents. Temperatures remain chilly, but a warm up on the way. Gary has more next at 5.
Plus, the Biden administration is making it easier for borrowers to apply for student loan forgiveness. We'll have details when we come back. And later, a UW-Madison history professor has received one of the highest honors in education. We'll have her story and more tonight at 6.
And a check of Tuesday trading on Wall Street. The Dow strings together back-to-back days of strong gains, up another 338 points. The Nasdaq jumps 97. S&P 500 adds another 42. We'll be right back.
Fall in love with a stylish and quality dining room set this fall, like my Montana dining collection. Get the table with 6 chairs, only $9.99, or table, 4 chairs, and storage bench, still only $9.99, with financing options to fit your budget.
Get Boss discount!
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor.
I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work.
We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm from Wisconsin, and I am a Republican. Tim Michels is way too extreme for Wisconsin, and that is a huge concern in the state. Another consideration for Tim Michels is that he would overturn Wisconsin's vote in the 2020 election. That is another mark against Tim Michels. I think he's too extreme for this state.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Nice.
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go!
Mirror, mirror on my 5-piece Tremont bedroom set. Only $9.99. Dresser and mirror, chest, queen bed, even a nightstand. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you get the quality and value you deserve, even if you like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Get Bob's Discount.
Across the nation, individuals are recognized for their innovation and creativity by the MacArthur Fellows Program. One of the 25 people awarded a Genius Grant resides at UW-Madison.
News 3 Now shares the historian's future promise. That's tonight at 6.
As political ads bombard you with campaign promises and claims to capture your vote, News 3 Now gives you a reality check, clarifying the candidates' messages and finding the facts to help you make informed choices. Reality Check, Wednesdays on News 3 Now at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The federal government has launched a new program aimed at relieving student debt for millions of Americans. Ivan Rodriguez is breaking down who qualifies and how to apply.
President Joe Biden touting the formal launch of the application process for the administration's student loan forgiveness plan on Monday.
If you have federal student debt, please visit studentaid.gov.
Borrowers with federally held student loans are now eligible to apply for up to $10,000 in debt cancellation if they make less than $125,000 per year, and as much as $20,000 if they were also Pell Grant recipients. Relief is also available for graduate students and parents who borrowed Federal Plus loans if the borrower meets the income requirements.
In total, more than 40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief.
The Department of Education says it will email at least 8 million borrowers who will be considered for debt relief but don't need to apply because the department already has their income information. This phase of the administration's debt cancellation program is building onto a pandemic-era pause in federal student loan repayment that is set to restart in January.
The Department of Education has told us that if you apply for debt cancellation by the middle of November, you'll be able to get your student debt canceled before payments restart.
Advocates say this is an important move toward easing the financial burden of higher education on Americans.
We look at this application as the first step towards not only unleashing the full potential of borrowers and students and parents, but of the entire economy.
Borrowers looking for relief have until December 31st, 2023 to apply. In Washington, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
To start the process, applicants are asked to submit their full name, their social security number, date of birth, phone number, and an email address. Borrowers who may exceed the income requirements will be asked to supply more information, like a tax transcript.
We're fast approaching the holiday season. That means retailers are adding more workers. More than 500,000 Americans typically look for extra work this time of year. With holiday costs expected to increase this year by 6%, people are looking for ways to keep up. And companies are coming out with some big incentives, including higher wages. Amazon, for example, just announced sign-on bonuses going up to $3,000 with potential opportunities for full-time work.
This is the best job seekers market of all time. Employers are still having to make very attractive offers, and job seekers are still in the driver's seat.
Industry analysts say if you are looking for a seasonal job, now is the time, since it'll look a lot different even just a month from now. Let's look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us. Gary?
Well, today the weather pattern shifted eastward by a couple of hundred miles. Yesterday we had snow showers, flurries, and light rain showers across Wisconsin. Those have shifted to the east. They're now pretty much on the other side of Lake Michigan, although there's still some lake effect rain and snow showers downwind from Lake Michigan, and lake effect snow mixed in with a little bit of rain over parts of central and eastern portions of upper Michigan. There's still snow on the ground there. Some areas about 6 to 9 inches of snow from far northern Wisconsin, just south of Hurley, over into central portions of upper Michigan, and even in parts of lower Michigan, a couple of inches of snow on the ground in the northern portion of that state. Just a reminder that winter is not that far away. 3 things you need to know. One more chilly day for tomorrow. High temperatures in the mid-40s. And then we see a big warm-up. High temperatures upper 60s now for Friday, around 70 for Saturday, and in the lower 70s for Sunday. But then we go right back to chilly weather as we head toward the middle and latter parts of next week. Looks like there'll be a storm system just to our east, kind of like this past one, and that'll give us northerly winds and keep our temperatures down. In fact, the high temperature trend over the next 10 days just the transitional days, Thursday and Tuesday with near normal temperatures, below normal temperatures for Wednesday, well above normal temperatures for Friday into Monday of next week, and then boom, back to below normal temperatures for the end of next week, either one or the other. If we look in the Pacific Ocean, the weather pattern's starting to change to a more fall-like pattern. We're starting to see the bigger waves in the jet stream, allowing cold air to drop southward, warm air to rise northward, and that usually results in a stormy or weather pattern. And the storm system on the East Coast is one part of that. You can see the jet stream dipping down around an area of low pressure in the eastern Pacific Ocean, and then goes up and warms up the western part of the country, and then dips back down again around this big, stubborn storm system in the upper levels of the atmosphere out east. Eventually, that will move off to the east, but it'll be replaced by another one as we get into the latter part of next week with a very similar weather pattern. Right now, though, most of the rain and snow is off to the east of us. Even the clouds are, so skies are generally sunny across Wisconsin. Temperatures are about the same as yesterday, just a few degrees warmer, 46 in Madison right now. Still, you can tell where the clouds are. Temperatures mainly in the 30s and lower 40s. Farther out to the west, even there, temperatures are chilly because winds are out of the north. But those wind chills, which now are at least a little more tolerable, upper 30s, although still in the mid-20s up in northern Wisconsin, will give way to a big warm-up. You can see, we'll see clear to partly cloudy skies tonight, partly sunny skies for tomorrow, and then those winds become a little more southerly, and that will warm us up for the end of the week. Planning your night, clear skies, cold again, 30 for the low in Oregon, 31 degrees in Monona. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 25 in Platteville, and 26 for the overnight low in Prairie du Chien. For tomorrow, though, partly sunny skies, still chilly, high temperature at 46. Winds will be a little bit less in the 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, that warm up for the latter part of this week, dry through the weekend. Some thunderstorm chances from Sunday night into Monday, and then that chillier weather arrives for the second half of next week. As we check out first warning traffic right now, just seeing some minor delays in the eastbound Beltline. Actually, it looks like they've cleared up. There were some between Monona Drive and John Nolan Drive. Now it looks like just a little bit of a delay right around Stoughton Road. Travel times either direction on the Beltline, 15 minutes between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990, 17 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warning traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. It is Badgers homecoming week, and the American Red Cross is teaming up with the UW to host a blood drive. It's being held at the Nick on West Dayton Street and runs from 11 to 5 today through Thursday. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. All donors will receive a Red Cross t-shirt while supplies last and a $5 e-gift card to a store of their choice.
All donors are welcome. We do want all blood types. We need all blood types. O donors are especially requested at this time.
Over the 3 days, the blood drive is expected to collect 450 life-saving donations. Well, combining travel with your workday, it's becoming more common since the start of the pandemic. How a new startup is making it easy. That's coming up next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Complete your projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Save time and adhere the savings with Loctite. Power Grab heavy-duty construction adhesive has a 0-second instant grab. A 9-ounce tube is $4.44 after 11% rebate. Transform your space with a fresh coat of paint. Pittsburgh Ultra Interior Paint is a remarkable paint at an incredible value. It's a paint and primer in one that provides a durable finish. A gallon is $19.55 after 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The culture wars never lowered the cost of anything, and overturning Roe v. Wade won't take a single criminal off the street. But Tim Michaels has a culture war agenda. He'd ban abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest, and jail doctors who perform them. And he said gay people shouldn't leave their house. That's his agenda. Tony Evers has a real plan to fire up the economy, create good-paying jobs, and get things done. That's the right plan for Wisconsin.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything, like your future in-laws?
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things. It's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, COVID may be subsiding, but hybrid work and working from home have become the norm for many of us.
Yeah, we're going to do some of our newscasts from this next story. Americans are increasingly combining travel with their workday life. Well, startup company Remo has forged a partnership with an all-inclusive resort. This is in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And they hope to add more resorts, but one former Los Angeles worker started spending her workdays inside this resort south of Cancun, renting a remote office pod for just $30 a day.
It's a beautiful environment. You have room service, so I don't have to think about cooking.
I think it's going to work because our world has changed. Our world has changed drastically, and we're not going back to how it was before.
Well, we could totally do a newscast from there, too. I think that could be arranged. A Gallup poll from the summer found 5 in 10 U.S. remote-capable employees are working hybrid, and 3 in 10 are fully remote. The office space there at Sincera is free for hotel guests if they book rooms through remo.club. Stay with us for a final check of your first warn forecast after a short break.
Vitense Golfland offers 2 golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play great golf courses with unmatched viewing clarity. Play different sports such as football and soccer. Have fun with Zombie Ball. Vitense Golfland provides simulator fun for everyone.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
When I heard from my doctor, it was my worst nightmare. My baby's diagnosis was dismal, a severe abnormality, and my husband and I decided to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Tim Michaels thinks that decision should have been his, not ours. He wants to criminalize abortion. And if he's elected, women will lose the freedom to decide what's best for them. Tim Michaels is just way too radical for Wisconsin.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600 grand of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Tense Golfland offers 2 golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play great golf courses with unmatched viewing clarity. Play different sports such as football and soccer. Have fun with Zombie Ball. Tense Golfland provides simulator fun for everyone.
Let's go back to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Still kind of chilly out there, but the live view from the WISC Skycam shows clear skies overhead. Notice the band of clouds on the far eastern horizon there. Those are clouds that extend out over Lake Michigan and into Michigan, but the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam to the west, perfectly clear right now. Wind chills, upper 30s across southern Wisconsin. That's an improvement by about 10 degrees over yesterday. Temperatures up about 5 degrees this time. 46 right now in Madison, 46 in Janesville, 50 in Lone Rock across Dane County. We're seeing 46 in Middleton, 46 in Waunakee, and 46 in Sudbury.
All right, CBS Evening News coming your way next. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.